Ecosystems, biodiversity and conservation. What is an ecosystem? An ecosystem is a geographic area where animals, plants and other organisms, as well as the surrounding landscape and prevailing weather, work together to form a living network. All the elements within the ecosystem work together to sustain the life contained within the specific ecosystem. Ecosystems contain living parts and non-living parts. The living parts, called biotic factors, include plants, animals, and other living organisms. The non-living parts, called abiotic factors, include temperature, rocks, shade, and humidity. Here is an example of an ecosystem. A few examples of living or biotic factors are the eagle, the deer, the frog, the lily, the dragonfly, and the fish, for example. A few examples of abiotic or non-living factors include the sun, the air, the soil, and the water. Here are some more examples of biotic and abiotic factors. Examples of living or biotic factors are plants, animals, fungi, and bacteria. Examples of abiotic or non-living factors include water, sunlight, soil, air, and temperature. Ecosystems function on the following levels. First of all, populations. Populations are groups of individuals of the same species in the same geographical area. Communities. Communities are a few populations of two or more different species living in the same geographical area. Ecosystems consist of a number of communities in a geographical area, including plants, animals, landscape, and weather, all working together to form a living unit. And the biosphere. The biosphere is all the ecosystems on Earth where living organisms exist. Balance in an ecosystem. The resources in an ecosystem will limit the number of organisms it can accommodate. There has to be a balance between the number of organisms and the available food, water, and shelter. If this balance is disrupted, the ecosystem will fail and one or more of the populations will not be able to survive. The balance can be disrupted by natural or human factors. Natural factors include changes in climate, weather, floods, drought, extreme or sudden changes in temperature. Examples of human factors are the removal of organisms from the environment, for example, deforestation, and pollution, for example, plastic pollution in the ocean. Here is an example of an ecological imbalance as a result of a bushfire. This environment cannot currently sustain all the species it was sustaining before the natural disaster. What is conservation? The word conserve means to protect or preserve. Nature conservation is a movement which aims to A. Protect species from extinction, B. To sustain and restore habitats, C. To strengthen ecosystem services, and D. To preserve biological diversity or biodiversity. What is biodiversity? Biodiversity is the variety of animal and plant life in the world or in a particular environment or habitat. A high level of biodiversity, or lots of variety, is important and desirable for an environment or habitat to thrive. Here are some key points to note about biodiversity. Biodiversity provides many services and goods which are essential to life on Earth. Some examples are water to drink, oxygen to breathe, food, medicine, and waste decomposition. Biodiversity supports human needs and society's needs. The health and well-being of humans is influenced by the health of local animal and plant communities and how well the local ecosystem functions. How do ecosystems, biodiversity, and conservation tie together? Ecosystems are healthy if they are balanced and contain a wide variety of organisms. Biodiversity, or a wide variety of organisms within ecosystems, ensure that the ecosystems function optimally. These ecosystems ensure a supply of oxygen, clean water and air, pollination of plants, control of pests, and treatment of wastewater. Conservation of these ecosystems ensures that they remain balanced and varied so that they can function optimally or thrive. What role do I have to play? Let us try to answer the following questions over the next few lessons. Number 1. Identify some problem areas in your local environment. Number 2. What can I do to improve the health of the ecosystems in my local environment? Thank you.